Hi, everybody. Aaron Wilson, Ohio State University Extension Ag Weather and Climate Field Specialist, and also State Climatologist of Ohio, here to share my thoughts on the weather for Battle for the Belt. Here we are in the middle of July, getting toward the end of the July 20th here, and certainly we've had a lot of things to think about and talk about over the course of the growing season so far. The latest is this picture is really highlighting a tremendous amount of wildfire smoke that has meandered down from Canada. And this picture is from Curtis Young up taking this picture in the Findlay area in Northwest Ohio, just really showing the massive amounts of smoke near surface that we've had to deal with over the weekend. Of course, that's abated a bit, but our weather pattern of the next week or two is still going to provide opportunities for weather for smoke in our region. Looking back now, going back to the kind of a quick spring overview, it was Ohio's fourth warmest spring, March through May, and fifth wettest spring. That's the first time both of those variables have been in the top 10 or even, top five or even top 10 rankings for a spring. So fourth warmest, fifth wettest, which were really, part of our story, certainly from planting and emergence perspective. And then those late freezes, of course, that we had in May on May 3rd and May 12th as well. So plenty of replant conditions this spring, some impacts to wheat and some other things, but certainly warm and wet overall as we look at our spring 2026. Now, summer has been also quite warm. Considerably mild throughout much of June, but we've had some heat waves here sort of come and go. It's been a progressive pattern, which is good. We've not been stuck in a heat dome for weeks on end, but we have had periods of very warm temperatures into the upper 90s for a lot of us. Dew points around 80 to even 85, with some heat indices approaching 120 in the state a couple of times this year. So overall, this map is showing for summer right now, we're sitting anywhere from about 1.2 to maybe upwards of 3.75 degrees above average, what we typically expect during our summer. And this has been both in overnight lows and high temperatures as well. So the accumulation of growing degree days, modified growing degree days, that's bases of 50 and 86 degrees Fahrenheit. On the left-hand side, you can see those totals range from anywhere from just over 1,000 MGDDs across Ashtabula County, upwards of 2,100 or so in our far southern counties. And on the right-hand side, you can see the figure showing how that compares to normal. So anything green, yellow, orange, that's above normal growing degree day accumulation for the year. Below average would be what you see in the blue. So we do sort of have this split in our growing degree days between our northern and northeastern counties versus our western and southern counties that are running ahead of schedule in terms of those modified growing degree days since April 1. Summer precip has been highly variable across the state. That's pretty typical of summer with these summertime thunderstorms. Heaviest has been around in the Cincinnati tri-state region, where we've seen over 20 inches of rain since June 1st. We also have 8 to 11, 8 to 12 inches in portions of north central and far northwest Ohio. But you get some big spreads and differences. You're looking at 3.91 inches there, right around Defiance, versus 11.21 as you get closer to Bryan up in Williams County. So, it's highly isolated amounts, and that's what we're really highlighting with this map. Overall, if you look at summer precip, those aforementioned areas are above average, but much of the state is running slightly below average with pockets of a little bit more significant drying conditions over the last 30 to 45 days. So overall, soil moisture ranking percentile here shows that we do have the surface soil is drying out quite a bit now. We've got pretty low percentages at the 2 inch depths at our mesonet sites across the state, with the concentration of dry areas there across far northwestern Ohio, extending into portions of north central Ohio as well. Again, a lot of this at the surface, there's still deeper moisture there from our earlier wet conditions in the spring. Overall, the U.S. Drought Monitor is looking fairly light. We've got a little abnormally dry conditions here in Northwest Ohio, sort of focused on Defiance County. We likely will have more as we head into the next couple of weeks with some of the more recent drying trends. Whether or not we reach that first drought or moderate drought stage, we'll see. But right now, we've just got some abnormally dry conditions in some of those locations. And of course, on a more short-term basis, we do have dry conditions, as I showed you, across the state. Now, the forecast this week is kind of a mixed bag. We've got a little bit more wildfire smoke here in the area as we sit on July 20th. We've got a pretty strong cold front coming through the region tomorrow. I think it's going to be the focal point for a lot of showers and storms. Some of those are going to be severe as we get into central and southeastern Ohio, but it's going to drop our temperatures back pretty significantly. Tomorrow, Tuesday, July 21st, we're looking at highs in the 80s. As we head into Wednesday, we're looking highs in the 70s, and that's likely to continue through Thursday under dominating high pressure across the region. Again, this is going to allow a little bit more smoke to infiltrate down from the south as well, so some obscured or filtered sunshine. But highs in the 70s as we head into Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then as we trend toward the weekend, again, pretty dry conditions with bouts of some of this wildfire smoke, even down to the surface, not just elevated, but highs getting back into the 80s, where we typically see them this time of the year. Overall precipitation this week will be heaviest where those strong storms move through on Tuesday. So we could see a half inch to an inch or an inch and a half in our eastern and southeastern counties, but still drier side of things across northwest Ohio. Not much, a tenth to a quarter of an inch. And some of those drier areas around Henry, Wood, Putnam, Paulding, and Defiance County. So we'll see the dryness sort of expand there as well. 8 to 14 day outlook, we're looking at above normal temperatures likely as we head into the first week of August. We should be in the mid 80s and mid 60s for overnight lows, so we'll trend toward those 90-degree temperatures we think as we head into the last part of July. Precipitation looks near average, so anywhere from about 8/10, 85 hundredths to 1 inch per week is what we're likely to see. Of course, then we get into August, we get a bit drier then, but right now we're looking at near, pretty good odds of near normal precipitation here with some of these passing showers and thunderstorms. The current August outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, this will be updated on the last day of July. Looks at August likely being or leaning toward above normal temperatures and equal chances for above, below, or near normal precip. Although our northern tier, and I think northeast Cleveland area, Geauga, Summit, Portage counties, those counties could end up being, on the dry side of things as we head through the month of March. So that's the update for this month here for Battle for the Belt. Again, my name's Aaron Wilson. My email is wilson.1010@osu.edu. Please reach out anytime you'd like and have a question about the weather conditions. And until then, good luck with the dog days of summer, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.